Hello, YouTubers, and welcome back to another episode of The Grandstand here on the Ohio Patriot Education Network YouTube channel. I'm, as always, your host here, the Ohio Patriot, and for today's episode, we're going to talk about how Ohio State General Assembly members are possibly not going to be funding colleges come the next round of funding here at a state level, and nor should they be, because you have crazy amounts of anti-Semitism as well as anti-Christianity going on at a bunch of different universities across the state right now, including but not limited to Ohio State and Kent State, etc. Not to mention you have Kent State that literally is the reason why my second cousin is now a fucking trans man. So they're literally making kids into fucking transgender. That's what these colleges do. And yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit entirely. So I just finished making part of my breakfast right now. I need to stop cooking a bunch of bacon together because I had this one piece here that was kind of like halfly cooked, but then the other side's like almost fully cooked. And then I had one like this that was way too done. I had one that was like way worse than that I ate earlier. So, but yeah, it's definitely not as good as it could have been. Got bacon sandwich here though, for sure. But yeah, State Rep Brian Stewart the other day was pointing out how you have apparently a bunch of kids on the Ohio State University campus in like the one area there. It's like the quad area or whatever. I've been to it before. It's where that British statue is at on that bench and stuff. It's in that place there. And yeah, they were basically chanting a bunch of like anti-Semitic shit at a bunch of Jewish students that were there, was what it was. Yeah, meanwhile, up in Canada, I think that's what it was at. I was going through it this morning, is what it was. And you had this piece of shit on there who was an international student who, by the way, is in our country just to go to school. Doesn't have any, or not our country, but Canada is what it would be then. In our country up north, there is what it is to go to school. Has no legal right to even, have anything there at that country or whatever the case be, because he's not a legal citizen of that country. Yet he was bragging and talking to others about doing the same thing, about stealing fucking money or stealing food from food banks and shit like that's what it was, to quote unquote save hundreds of dollars. And it's like, this is the problem, dude. It's fucking allowing Islam into our country right now is what it is. And what I think is interesting about that is like a few screen grabs from that particular post there. And it was people being pretty based, actually. This one guy was saying about how we needed to have like immigration from high trust societies only and stuff like that. It's like, or you could just not have immigration at all, is what it is. You can incentivize people to have kids in our country, is what it is. Like, that's what we should be doing, honestly, right now. It would basically be a 3-stage process. You would have both, obviously, it would be America and Canada for that matter, coming together and being like, okay, mass deportation across the board. Islam goes first, everything else goes after it, then if that be the case. And then it would be all these illegals, all these fighting age males coming into our nations, boot them the fuck out for life. Anybody that's already on the pathway to basically become a citizen in this country or whatever the case be, that potentially, it's been sitting here for like 10, 15, 20 years, whatever the case be, and is like doing their processes and stuff like that, you would basically have like one quick round of like, okay, yes, no, denial, approved, stuff like that is what it is there. Specifically here for America is how that would work, honestly. And it would be like, okay, this person is obviously, has been here for 15, 20 years, whatever the case be. They've not been a problem. They've, proven their loyalty to this country, et cetera, et cetera. They've embraced America. They, just want to live the American dream kind of thing. Good. They're good to go. And then you got these other people over here that are just like, okay, they've obviously been in their country for, 10, 15, 20 years, whatever it is. They've done nothing but take from the system this entire time. They've done nothing to put into the system at all, whatever the case be. They're gone. Get them the fuck out of this country, et cetera, stuff like that. And then from there, what you would do is you would basically have a bunch of jobs created in this nation, a bunch of, good manufacturing jobs, good other jobs, good paying jobs across the board, really is what it is. You would basically do away with how it would basically work essentially is all those Indian foreign nationals are on the tech visas and stuff like that right now to go into tech companies. They'd be fucking gone from this country entirely, because that's just a caste system we've created over the past 20 years or so here by allowing our immigration system to be the way it is with HB1 visas, HB6, all shit like that's what it is. Get rid of all those fucking visa programs across the board. Fucking toss them all in a goddamn trash can and set them on fire, basically is what it is there. They're done completely. You would fill those tech jobs with American citizens who actually give a shit and actually want to work in those jobs, getting paid a good amount of money, et cetera, et cetera. you have the fucking base already. You have all these college kids that are going to school for tech that can't get jobs because of these assholes that are coming in illegally with, like, you know, shit paper degrees is what it is, honestly, that aren't even worth the fucking paper they're written on. You can't even whip your ass at that, honestly, and see if it's good or not, dude. So yeah, they're gone. They're back to our country of origins, etc. there. And then from there, when you actually create all that good infrastructure and everything else like that, then is when we start incentivizing families in this country that are American citizens to start having kids again. You know, you have incentivized programs, et cetera, there, where it's like, yeah, you know, if you get, you know, if you have like this many kids or whatever the case be in your family, you get like this tax break or that tax break kind of thing is what it is there. And it could definitely work, honestly. And I believe that's exactly what the future of America needs to be at this point, which would be people who actually give a fuck about this country are incentivized to have children or incentivized to have bigger families, etc. And that way you have, you know, white families, Asian families, black families, Latino families, etc. You know, even maybe some Indian families here, honestly, that are good folks. And across the board, there honestly is what it would be, dude. And the thing is, obviously, you'd have to have like the program incentivization being the fact that you'd have to have every single child there being from the same two parents. It couldn't be something where it's, you know, a woman going out there and fucking 10 different guys having 10 different kids with 10 different men. It would be, no, you would have to have one baby mama, one baby daddy. And it would be a 2-parent household at that point. And it would be a way to incentivize father at homes again as well, for that matter. But anyway, I'm going to be back in a minute. I got to go check my eggs, make sure they don't burn is what it is. So we will sit here for a couple minutes, and then I'll get more back into the other story there of the day for Ohio State and how it's basically being a piece of shit right now is what it is. I'm going to be back out in about 2 minutes, give or take. The eggs apparently got left on one side for too long, and they have kind of scraped to the pan a little bit here. So my plan right now is to basically just let them cook a minute or so on the other side and get a little crisp on them, and then I'm going to plate them after that then. So I'll be a minute. Ow, fuck. All right, I'm back. Yeah, eggs got a little messed up. A bunch of the scrapage piece there got what you call it, and I got to burn my hand from the damn thing popping it in. Grab myself a bottle of juice too, because we're gonna put some of that in the glass here in a sec. But yeah, go and grab this fork and knife here. That's what we need. Do these up with. Man. I feel like my shoulder went out this morning or something because it is not feeling well right now. But anyway, so to go back to what I was talking about with the topic of the day, though. So yeah, you have a bunch of Ohio State students basically, saying all kinds of anti-Semitic slurs on campus yesterday is what it was. And it's not like this is not happening across the country right now, dude, across these campuses all throughout Ohio right now, is what it is. You have people who are, like I said, it's like obviously the biggest ones that make the rounds seem to be the anti-Semitism, but the thing is, like, there's anti-Christianity going on at these campuses all the time too, man. It's like you have people sitting here, of Islamic backgrounds, etc. there, who are talking about death to America and stuff, dude, and are letting loose, letting be, walking free and stuff like that. People burning our fucking flag, for God's sakes, in the streets and being allowed to walk free and stuff. And it's like, it's fucking bullshit, dude. Like, that's the one thing I think, honestly, that is like the one case in history that should be going back to the Supreme Court again right now, is the whole flag burning bullshit of the U.S. flag. Because no, you should not be able to burn the flag of America on U.S. soil, dude. And if you're going to, you should be put out of this country immediately, is what it is, you fucking anti-American piece of shit. So, my father fought and died for that fucking flag, and so did many other people for that matter. And they should not be having their fucking legacies disrespected like that by some piece of shit little punk ass fucking commie piece of crap, college age fuck boy or fuck girl for that matter, who wants to sit there and talk shit about this country while doing nothing to actually fucking make it better is what it is, dude. So anyway, there's a dash of salt on this. These sausages are done there. Take a look at it there. Got a little bit brown on one side, but then got nice and good on the other side, though. So, got a little bit more grease than it needs to be on there, though. But it's good. So anyway, going back to X, though, here in a sec. I'm not going to repeat what was said by these college kids, just because I think it would give me a channel strike, honestly. But you can read for it yourself what they said here, honestly. And we'll pick up the... Oh, by the way, you had this piece of shit in Congress yesterday. Come back in on Saturday to approve $1 billion aid package to Ukraine, Israel, and Gaza, and then wave Ukrainian flags on the House floor. It's like, what a bunch of fucking bullshit, dude. But yeah, this is what State Rep Brian Stewart was talking about here a little while ago, which is, he said, is President Carter awake? He started the job saying that this harassment of Jewish students wouldn't be tolerated. Since then, it was crickets, and it's getting worse. Legislators should not rubber stamp our public universities' latest round of capital budgets request if their administrators won't stand up to for the students who attend them. And then, yeah, it was that Ollie London guy saying students at Ohio State University call for Jewish students to be thrown out, and then started chanting the "you know what, got to go." And of course, if you notice who's doing it, by the way, especially in the background there, it's fucking Islamic terrorism right there in the background, dude. With their fucking full-blown hajibs and shit like that in our country soil right now. These same fucking Somali terrorist pieces of shit, by the way, brought in here, that fucking idiot Casey near Obama's piece of shit ass, who have since gone on to commit multiple terrorist attacks in this country, specifically in the state as well, for that matter, including that one that was on Ohio State campus years ago is what it was there, dude. And then you have that motherfucker Ismail Muhammad, who's in the journal somebody shouldn't be, by the way, because he's not a fucking U.S. citizen. He's a goddamn Somali terrorist, is what it is. Faking to be U.S. citizen. Same thing with that bitch Abduli. And the rest of these assholes are trying to run for this general assembly right now. There's like 5 or 6 of these douchebags now that are trying to fucking take us over right now. And again, like, this is what we should have. I'm just auto DQ's never seen a power in this country, dude, especially for fucking people, American citizens like that. And don't give a fuck about this country, and are going to give their fucking primary victory speeches all in another country's language is what it is there, dude. It's like, no, you're not American. Get the fuck out, bitch. End the story. I mean, for God's sake, people hate bacon from that matter, dude. Like, how are you gonna hate bacon and sausage, dude? Bacon sandwich. That is good shit right there, man. So good. But yeah, the way I think right now, honestly, given what we're seeing in American universities, given what we're seeing in across this earth, basically, we're heading for a holy war before year's end, man. We really are. Like, whether that be, you know, a race-based holy war, or whether that be an actual like holy war between like Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, etc. Maybe or maybe not versus Islam. But I would figure all those people basically come together versus Islam would be though. So I'm not sure if they did that red heifer thing though or not yet. I know there was talk of that back in the day, like a couple weeks ago when we had the whole eclipse thing going on. So I really don't know if that ever happened or not yet. I think it was supposed to happen before the end of the month though, for sure. So, or the 22nd maybe or something, which is still, you know, I think it's tomorrow if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, it technically could still happen as far as I'm aware, but I don't know if it's happening yet or not. But either way, it's like, yeah, like they're just leading us into a fucking world war at this point, dude. Like, you got all this money being put to Ukraine and all these other countries like that, and it's like, dude, whatever happened to fucking America first? Whatever happened to helping Americans first? When you have people who were drug addicts on Kensington Avenue in Pennsylvania, specifically in the city of, I believe it's Philadelphia there, or it might be Pittsburgh, actually, I'm not sure. It's one of those two ones. But anyway, I know it's Kensington Avenue is what it's called, though. And yeah, you got people that are like literally zombied out fucking drug addicts there, and you're not helping them get off the fucking various shit, dude. You're just funding these fucking programs for money laundering, etc. there. It's like, no, like that's part of the problem, dude. Like, this is why America's so fucked right now, because you're allowing people to incentivize criminality and drug addiction, and yet you're sitting there funding other countries' fucking aid packages, which aren't even aid packages at this point, dude. You have fucking literal video evidence of Ukraine where you got chicks in a fucking club all the time, letting their men go die on the fucking front lines, seriously, they're letting fucking disabled people at this point, people with mental disabilities, Down syndrome, etc., be fucking killed on the front lines because they've sent every fucking fighting age male in that country to the fucking meat grinder at this point, dude. This stayed to where now they're having to basically recall dudes in their fucking 40s and 50s to go die for their fucking shithole nation. Now is what it is. Dude, I swear to God, like, when history books are written in like 20 years from now, dude, that piece of shit Zelensky is going to go down as fucking Hitler 2.0 at this point. He really is. Because that dude is fucking Hitler 2.0 at this point, man. If he was a real fucking man, he would have just said, you know what? Fuck it. We're going to let Putin take these things because they want to join fucking Russia. End of fucking story. That would have been that simple, dude. Would have been that simple. I mean, hell, if the U.S. hadn't fucking funded this whole goddamn bullshit proxy war at this point, and then there were NATO allied countries and stuff like that, fucking Ukraine would have fallen on day one, dude. You would have had Putin just be able to walk in there with the conscripts and just take the fucking place, dude. Just take what he wanted and walk away. And that's how it should have been, man, honestly, unfortunately. But no, you had to have fucking Ukraine be the fucking backup country for pieces of shit criminals like Biden, to where they're like, nope, let's go stick our fucking dick in the punch bowl again. Fucking fund our backup nation that we want to jump to when we fuck over America now. Which, by the way, it makes total sense for Pelosi and people like that to be on this fucking yes vote, because her son or daughter was also one of the fucking people behind Burisma shit, dude, with Hunter Biden's ass. Nobody ever talks about that one, by the way. Or John Kerry, for that matter, whose child was also part of that group of people for that various board or whatever. So, anyway. Yeah, they're all a bunch of fucking criminals, dude, entirely. In a just world, they would have already been arrested for high treason in this country. Which is what should happen right now, but unfortunately it won't happen because you got the corrupt ass FBI, etc. Instead of doing their job to arrest these fucking cocksuckers for high treason, we'll sit there and fuck people like me for thought crimes. Just talking about the arrest of these assholes. So. But yeah, I don't understand how the fuck you have a public university in this state, though, that is being funded by our tax dollars. Every single year they keep raising tuition on everybody there. And it's like, dude, Ohio State and all these other colleges are clearly like private universities, bro. They shouldn't be getting a dime of taxpayer funding at this point. Especially when a few years ago they pushed the forced bullshit on everybody that was working there at the time. Which is when my brother left that place and when my sister basically took the shit. So, which then led to my mother taking the shit, and now my mother's dead. So there you go. And that's why in roughly 30 days or so, give or take, I'm going to have to put this place for sale right now. And I completely lose my generational wealth, which I shouldn't lose at all. Because I don't want to leave this fucking place. I want to stay here, man. Stay here. I want to live here the rest of my life, honestly, if I can. Maybe not rest of my life, but at least, like, you know, if I could make a good deal out of it and then make, you know, improvements here and stuff like that. Like, I would definitely like to live here for at least the next 15, 20 years of my life, if nothing else. So, maybe start a small family, maybe raise a couple kids here, etc., etc. But I can't even do that right now. So instead of being forced to go find some bullshit apartment or something like that someplace around here and live there in the next year is what it'll be. So and the one place I was looking into locally here, that's the town over from me. My cousin's like, yeah, you don't want to live in that area because it's all a flood zone. I'm like, oh, that's nice. So, yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit, dude, entirely. Okay, that video was from the 19th is what it was. So that would have been 2 days ago, Friday. So that took place then. And then people were pointing stuff out in the comments there. For the Ohio State University one. Yeah, somebody else said university had become a breeding ground for racism. Not only just racism, dude, but like, I would say pushing complete intolerance at this point. Because instead of them, like, I love, and it's what I said before, this is why I had the whole Guns and Barbecue guys like, over a year ago now. And it was because I was talking about the whole thing about diversity and shit like that, which I was trying to talk about was these teachers that want to preach about diversity and inclusion, crap like that's what it is, though. But yet, meanwhile, there's some of the least diverse, least intolerant, etc. there, dude. Least inclusive, etc. And what they refuse to admit, though, is at the end of the day, is that when you have diversity that will never assimilate into countries, it is death. It is literally death, dude. We've seen it over time and time again is what it is right now. It is these people that will sit there, specifically, I'll call it like it is, dude, it's fucking Islam, 100%. It's a terrorist cult that refuses to admit it's not a fucking religion, that we treat as a fucking religion for some reason, that was created by some fucking piece of shit who literally fucking molested a young girl into his child bride. And yet, God forbid people ever make a fucking movie about that, dude. And tell Muhammad to go fuck himself, what it is there, man. It's like, oh no, can't do that. Fuck that. Yes, you can, dude. It's like the exact reason why that woman that created what do you call it? That movie, The Handmaid's Tale book series that they made that stupid ass TV series based on. That's why she made Christianity the fucking scapegoat for that, dude. Even though in reality, it's already going on in Islamic countries. You just call Sharia law. It's where you basically have to have these women bound to these fucking shitty ass men, and in many cases be their fucking child brides, etc. There. You know, of course, it's fucking rape culture. Of course, it's fucking everything else like that is what it is. And yet people don't admit that shit, dude. It's like The Handmaid's Tale is not Christianity, dude. That's fucking Islam 100% right there. What that is. It's Islamic fucking Sharia law bullshit is what it is, dude. It's exactly what they want here in America, by the way. It's like you had 5-6 years ago there in Texas. You had a bunch of fucking Islamic terrorist motherfuckers there in that major city of, I think it was Austin at the time or whatever, who were bitching and moaning about, like, oh yeah, we want Sharia law to screw the U.S. Constitution shit. And it's like, go fuck yourself. Go back to your fucking shithole of origin, motherfuckers. Get the fuck out of my country, you dicks. And that's what we need to have. That's why, honestly, like, truthfully, at this point, we need to have military fucking force people out at gunpoint, honestly, is what needs to be, dude, for real. Be like, get the fuck out, get back on that fucking plane and get the fuck out of here. Don't ever come back, bitch. But, of course, what that will lead to is, like, the, quote, bad optics of just, you know, people getting shot is what it is then. So... But yeah, it's a bunch of bullshit entirely, dude. Going back to the comment section, though, of that video that the Ollie Lennon guy put out there. Bonnie Woman said, does anyone still wonder how Nazi Germany started? We are watching it play out again in real time. Yeah, exactly. Well, and that's the thing, right? You look at these college-age kids like that. They're all a bunch of hardcore leftists. They love to fucking kill kids in the womb through abortion. They love to fucking, you know, shit talk America. They love to push their fucking, you know, pride bullshit down everybody's throats is what it is, and though we don't want it in most cases what it is there. And then they'll bitch about intolerance this, intolerance that. Yet meanwhile, the same fucking people that are saying this shit are being anti-Semitic, anti-Christian, etc. there, dude. They hate fucking religion in general in this country because they all need religion in their life is what it is, dude. Because they've all turned to demonism is what it is in many cases. Or if it is something like that, they'll turn to the like one girl in the back that had the whole hijab on her fucking head is what it is there, dude. It's people that follow fucking Islam terrorism is what it is, dude. They follow the cult of Islam is what it is there. And so, of course, they're going to be the ones fucking chanting loudest when the international students shouldn't be in this fucking country being with what it is, dude. For real. And they tend to also be the visa overstayers, too, for that matter, in this nation as well, for that matter. So, yeah, like, you have, like, one common denominator problem in this country right now, dude, where it starts and ends, it's fucking Islam, 100%. And then it basically branches off from there into how those fucking people corrupted all these other fucking people, what it is, dude, into like communist bullshit and like socialism bullshit. And it really goes back to the Karl Marx kind of fucking mentality of these college professors and stuff like that. That's why I've said many times before, like, honestly, the second you're able to become a tenured professor in this country, you should be the first on the fucking chopping block to be fired then, dude, because you've been in that position long enough to where you're obviously corrupt as shit in many cases. And you should have no business being around college students ever again, is what it is, or any fucking students for that matter in this country. You should pretty much be blackballed from education at that point. If it can be proven you're just a piece of crap, is what it is then. Because in many cases, that's what happens. You have these professors in these colleges that'll teach the women gender studies courses or whatever the case be there. You know, throw away from this indoctrination crap is what it is there. Which also goes back to Marxism too, for that matter, because when you look at third wave feminism, communism, socialism, it's all literal bastard children of Marxism in this country is what it is there. And you have these people falling back to the Marxism shit is what it is. And so, of course, they're going to be the modern day Nazi brown shirts. Of course, they're going to be the modern day, you know, fucking Hitler Youth Brigade, etc. there, dude. The thing is right now, though, is, and this is actually the good part of it, is that there is no Hitler that has risen yet, as far as I'm aware. So we still, that's why the whole thing goes from like, it's basically the whole group of people, whatever the case be, they have no leadership is what it is there. It's basically a bunch of disorganized people who have like these fake leaders in the middle is what it is there. but there's no like central leadership that could, unite the fucking, the SS and the SA kind of shit is what it is there. And that's a good thing, obviously, right now, because it means we have not seen a rise of Hitler in America yet. And we never should, honestly. And I guarantee you, man, if we ever did, I don't know who it would be at this point. I'm not even sure it's somebody we know right now. Like I could make assumptions like I did, almost 5 years ago with the piece of shit Yang, which I could easily see him being somebody like that, honestly. David Hogg, I think, would be another one, like known people right now. But I don't think he actually has enough balls to even, like, he basically, that kid epitomizes, like, what Hitler wanted, I think, honestly, in the successor kind of thing, but it doesn't have the actual balls to, make a play, basically, is what it is. So, I think, honestly, unfortunately, it's not really going to be like one of these old people like a Klaus Schwab or like a George Soros or something like that. It's going to be like some figurehead that they put in place, so it'll be, dude. Whether it be World Economic Forum, whether it be Bilderberg, etc. there, it's going to be like a younger generation person, like an Alex Soros or something like that kind of person then, which I don't think Alex Soros has the balls either to take it like Hogg wouldn't, obviously, but like what I'm thinking though is like, okay, like who would at this point, right? Like who could I imagine like a no name be right now? And I can't really think of anybody. I really can't. Like I could throw out names, I could throw out different people and stuff, Like obviously Maxwell Frost, David Hogg's buddy, has pushed the shit. Taking a crap in Congress there a couple times now, but he's just a fucking idiot. He's a Gen Z moron, is what it is, dude. And I don't think that's what we're seeing right now, dude. I think what we're gonna see, honestly, is it wouldn't even be an American. I think at this point, honestly, it would be somebody else. It would be some Somali. It would be some fucking other follower of Islam from another country that comes in here, says all kinds of good shit, and then makes their way to the fucking presidency somehow, whatever the case be. Or I shouldn't say they're from those countries because they would have to be American-born citizens. Then is what it would be. So it'd be their parents immigrated from some other country, whatever the case be, and then they come, into that position, or whatever the case be, and then they rise to that position of power, whatever the case be. Say all the right things to get in there, and go from there. Basically, is what it is. And I'm not going to sit there and say Vivek was one of those guys, but like I could easily see like that kind of thing. Is what I'm saying though. Like Vivek Ramaswamy was one of those kind of guys that like. I think he is on the level for the most part, dude, but he definitely has like a shady past is what it is. But I definitely can see somebody like that, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, not Vivek, but like someone else that we don't know the name of yet is what it would be then. That could be like that, next level rise of Hitler for the left or whatever the case be at this point, dude. So, really, honestly, it would just be whoever the fuck they want to install, at some point in the future. Because right now, you really just have them, impeach Biden on a bunch of different stuff right now. Have Kamala take over illegally as well as what it is because they're both cheaters. They don't have any they don't hold any position of power in this country, nor should they be looked at as president, vice president at all for that matter, because they're literal fucking ballot box stuffers. What it is, there, dude. They should have been removed for high treason literally 3.5 years ago. Is what it is right now, and they should have been allowed to assume the power on 21st of January of 2021 at all, dude. But anyway, that's besides the point, though. But yeah, basically, my opinion is this: you could easily have them, remove Biden, have Kamala take over, have her appoint somebody as VP, maybe have that person be the fucking, modern day Hitler kind of type or whatever the case be of the left. And then it's basically Kamala leaves office, that person becomes quote unquote president. And it's like bing, bang, boom, dude. Like they just have their fucking pick. Now, granted, who that person is, who knows? Could be Michelle Obama, could be somebody else for that matter. Again, going back to people that are known names that I could easily see being like a Hitler type. Newsom is definitely one of them. Gretchen Whitmer is definitely one of them. They actually have already done like Nazi-esque shit in their respective states as governors. There's what it is. Both illegally, unconstitutionally, and as illegally holding office with this right now. Because neither one of those fuckers won at all in 2022, dude. They're both serial fucking cheaters, what it is there, bro. So they've been doing a bunch of stuff at state levels for the past 2.5 years or so, give or take. Completely illegally is what it is there. So, but yeah, I could easily see one of those people rising to power or something like that and being like a Hitler type or whatever the case be, or a Stalin or a Mao or something like that's what it is there, or any kind of dictator for that matter. But yeah, as it is for like unknown names and stuff, dude, I could easily see it being somebody like a random General Assembly right now, even for that matter. That's just like some random no-name person or whatever the case be that has like, maybe gotten to power for like a year or two now or something like that. And it's just making their way up the ranks kind of thing is what it is, like one quick step at a time and shit then. And then it's like bing, bang, boom, 2028, fucking there's Hitler in power now or something. So, I don't know. It's definitely, like I said, the good thing about all of this is we're seeing it in real time. We can call it out in real time. We can deal with it in real time. If people did the right thing right now, we could stop it in real time. We could stop the rise of Hitler right now by just shutting this shit down, cutting the funding of these universities, doing everything we need to do to basically deal with this shit. Put these people in check is what it is then. Be like, checkmate, you lose, motherfuckers. But the problem is, in many cases, you don't have people wanting to do that right now. You have people wanting to fund these universities, you have people wanting to fund this fucking anti-Semitism, anti-Christianity, etc. there. And because of that, what it's going to lead to is it's going to lead to very, very bad times ahead in this country right now, dude. And that's why I've said many, many times on these grandstands and everything else on this channel, this is exactly why we're heading towards a civil war in this nation that could very well lead into either a tribalistic warfare kind of situation, or it could be even a holy war situation for that matter, dude. That if that be the case, then it would also be probably a war at some point then, of like every country being involved in it at that point then. Because that's the one thing, like, as much as I don't like people like Nick Freitas, because he's like, that's the thing, that kid basically talks a good game is what it is on certain things, but they don't just say some dumb shit is what it is, being all like pro fucking Hamas people and stuff like that, what it is, dude, or something. And like, if he could just basically keep it in line, like, he could be a good dude, honestly, at that point. Now, granted, that being said, I could easily see Nick as well being one of these people that could be like potential future Hitler type is what it is for that matter as well on that one, dude. And would I ever vote for that kid for anything? Fuck no, is what it is. Because he's a fucking idiot is what it is, bro. Just like Hogg's ass is. Just like Maxwell Frost's ass is, etc. So, just like all these Gen Z dipshits that are trying for office are. Fucking Tim Hernandez, that piece of crap commie in Colorado there, which we're going to talk about later, honestly. We were going to do a stand your ground Saturday last night for the 25th anniversary of Columbine. We didn't get a chance to do that, unfortunately, because I was just tired as fuck. I did not feel well. My body was hurting. And basically, I was waiting for my cousin to come out here yesterday to help me clean out the stuff over in the corner here. And he never did show up after like 6 hours. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And that was like 4:30 yesterday afternoon is what it was. So I ended up taking a nap for a little bit there. And then eventually I just woke back up off and on, played a little bit of game stuff, went back to sleep every so often is what it was. And then essentially did that throughout the night into this morning is what it was then. Couple hours ago. So like I said, I'm not sure if I twisted something in my arm right now, but it is really hurting. Like, it's like, almost feels like it like extended out a socket or something. Like it needs to like pop back in the socket or something. I don't know. I think my chiropractor is coming back in at the end of this week, which is good. Hopefully she'll be back in by Friday, and then I can just go up there on like Friday or something like that and have her like ding ding my fucking shoulder and shit. Like, that's the one thing right now. If I had an activator of my own right now, I could literally just sit here and be like, pop, 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 and then like ding, ding my neck a couple times. So it is there, like my shoulder blade and stuff, like my collarbone area, and yeah, like you could easily have like probably better pain relief there is what it is, and that's probably why I'm going to get one of those at some point in the future after I get some money off these comics, hopefully, which hopefully they're not all. That's the thing my aunt mentioned to me the other day is like, oh yeah, you don't know if there's like mice that got to him at this point. And I'm like, oh please God, tell me they didn't, because I know they're in bags and stuff, but yeah, they could easily like, gotten in there and chewed up the fucking shit on. So I really hope that's not the case. I'm gonna be so pissed if I open those boxes in like a couple of days or something like that, or a week from now or whatever it is. And not only is there like a bunch of cobwebs on top of them, but there's like a bunch of like mouse shit in there and like a bunch of fucking like chewed up shit is what it is. That used to be the comics themselves, what it is then. Because that would really suck, man. Because right now I have like, I think it's about 10 or 12 books right now in that set of boxes right now that should potentially be worth like $1,000 or more, honestly. And the thing about that is, though, it's like, yeah, if they're going to be like completely trash or whatever from like random rodent stuff, whatever the case be, or just like spider junk, whatever the case be there is, it's like, yeah, it's going to be next to nothing that I'll get out of them then, or potentially nothing then for that matter. So, fingers crossed they're still in okay condition and stuff like that. We're pretty pristine for that matter, actually, just being in the bags for years now is what it is. So, but anyway, I don't know. But yeah, that being said, though, yeah, somebody else had pointed out, said liberals are modern day Nazis, and then somebody else said Columbia University too. Yeah, they were chanting shit there too as well. And by the way, I'm gonna point something on that one too for that matter, dude. You actually have fucking Ilhan Omar's piece of shit daughter being at one of these fucking events the other day at Columbia University and being arrested for anti-Semitism shit is what it is there, and like refusing to disperse when they actually were dispersing people is what it is there. So let me see if I can find that. There should be a where's that here now? Yeah, there should be a video here of this. Or not video, there should be a photo of these assholes together the other day. I'm trying to find it right now. So I swear it was here the other day. Here it is. Yeah, me and Corey were talking about this the other day, actually, in the phone call. And I was discussing, like, how fucked up this girl's eyes look and stuff. And he was like, yeah, well, if it's something where Omar fucking her brother, and that's, like, the offspring of those two fucking each other for, like, incest and stuff like that, like, yeah, it makes sense why the girl would have, like, obviously, like, you know, various, like, weird, like, almost, like, Down syndrome-y autistic eyes or something like that is what it is there. So... But yeah, that's her piece of shit daughter right there, who is at the Columbia University doing anti-Semitic shit. There's what it is. Of course she is, dude. Because they're both fucking scumbags, is what it is, dude. And that's what I said. Like, honestly, like, the worst thing we ever allowed in this country was Islam after 9/11, dude. Like, truthfully, that's what the Patriot Act should have been. That's all the Patriot Act should have been. It should have been like, no, Islam is banned from U.S. soil for life. End of story. Get the fuck out. Like, that's what it should have been, dude. Should have been like any followers of Islam booted out of this country 9/12/2001. And never allowed to re-enter. And that's how it should have stayed. It would have been so much better off right now as a country. But unfortunately, we didn't do that. And instead, you had fucking fuckery going on there in Congress to where they split the bills and stuff. And that's why people like Dennis Kucinich voted against it, because they actually read the damn thing is what it is. So... unfortunately, many other traitors voted for it is what it is, dude. But anyway, it really is a bunch of shit all the way around, dude. And actually, from everything I've heard about Omar's past, everything I've heard about Illinois' past, she pretty much was a child soldier at the time of Black Hawk Down there. So, which is the exact reason why she should have left this country at all, man. Because she was fucking traitor to this nation to begin with, is what it is. It's like that fucking idiot Bush bringing these assholes into our country. There is what it is, man. Shouldn't have been allowed to come in here being with us, what it is. Or wait, no. It wasn't Bush, it was Clinton. That's right. Or no, wait. I'm sorry, it was Bush, to some extent. Because it was a prelude to Black Hawk Down. And then we let more of them after Black Hawk Down, too, for that matter. And it's like, why would you do that, man? And I believe, honestly, like, when looking back at this whole thing now, there's definitely been, like, a 30, 40-year thing from Bilderberg at this point to destabilize America and turn us into a communist nation right now. And it makes sense when you look at all the continued gun attack on gun rights in this country now is what it is, dude. Where American citizens have our fucking, rights being stripped from us daily is what it is there. Through bullshit unconstitutional legislation, yet meanwhile, you got all these fucking terrorists coming into our country, all these fucking illegals, etc., just being handed guns on the back of a fucking truck is what it is, dude. It's like, what the fuck, man? So, yeah, we're definitely being primed for something right now, and it's not good at all. But anyway. Yeah, we're definitely pretty fucked right now as a nation right now, dude. I think we are more divided now than we ever were before 9/11. So, you have entire generations of little Gen Z asswipes that are pro-abortion and shit like that, who are now trying to run for office that weren't even alive during 9/11. Like, that's a huge fucking issue, dude, entirely. Somebody else pointed out in that comment section for the pieces of shit Ohio State University there, said these students deserve to be removed from the school for their anti-Semitic and racist behavior. Oh, I'd go further than that, dude. Kick them out of this fucking country entirely. Especially the motherfuckers running Hajibs and shit like that, dude. Like, boot their fucking asses out of this country. Any of them that are international students, guess what? They're fucking gone. They're fucking told to kick rocks. Their visas are fucking ripped up, what? The really tear right in front of the fucking faces is what it is right there, dude. Just grab one of their fucking visas and be like, fuck you, cunt. Get the fuck out of our country. You don't have a fucking visa here anymore. Eat shit, asshole. There's the fucking plane ride. Take it back home, dick. And expel the rest is what it is there. Because that's the thing, right? Like, there is freedom of speech in this country, obviously, but there's also, you can't say certain things or you're going to get, arrested for certain shit. So it's like when you're literally talking shit about people and stuff like that, to the point where you're like literally trying to start terrorism against them is what it is, dude. Like, at that point, you'd be kicked out of fucking school entirely, dude. Like, your First Amendment rights don't exist anymore, motherfuckers. And the story. So, yeah, this guy pointed out difference between that thing and people know it. There's a difference too, by the way. I've talked before, dude. You got Soros, who is an actual Z, not a J. So, this guy said, throw these people in jail immediately. There's no place in society for people who show hatred towards. Okay, yeah. We don't have you said your own buddies, what it is. No. Again, you still have freedom of speech, but then again, it's like difference between freedom of speech and like obviously like what leads to like terrorist acts and shit like that is what it is. So, yeah, this person said the left's anti-agenda is budding in full bloom on college campuses. Says reports pro-Palestine activists are entering classrooms, photographing those who don't agree with their hateful campaign is nothing short of sickening, threatening witch hunt, said Sarah Henderson. So, not sure who that woman is, but I'm assuming she's a person who's like probably against anti-Semitism, I guess, honestly. So, what is this one? Okay, so somebody pointed this out from 1975, which was United Nations General Assembly Resolution 3379, adopted November 10th, 1975, determines that Z is a form of racism and racial discrimination, with 72 votes in favor, 35 against, 32 absentee. And they ask, we still consider this a resolution valid in America today is what it is. Yeah, I mean, why not, dude? So, this Matt guy said we're fast approaching the breaking point with these people. They're not backing down, and they're not going to stop. Well, see, and that's the thing, right? Like, these same assholes, I want to point something out, and this is what I said to Brian Stewart, actually, earlier on, one of the state reps here in Ohio. I was like, these are the same fucking people, in the most part, dude, that were at the State House 4 years ago, fucking breaking the windows in, graffitiing up statues and stuff like that, doing, tens of thousands of dollars worth of damage there, if not $100,000 worth of damage at that point. And not one of these fuckers were ever found, ever arrested, ever charged, ever indicted, anything like that, dude. They were just let off the fucking hook is what it was, dude, because they were all BLM and Antifa terrorists at the time. And this is what I'm saying, dude. Like, this is how you fucking iron fist these motherfuckers, dude. You fucking make them knuckle under the goddamn fist, and you're like, no, bitch, like, you're being indicted on this shit, and this shit, and this shit, and this shit, and this shit. And it's fucking terrorist shit across the board is what it is, dude, for these fuckers. And I guarantee you, when you start charging these assholes with terrorism and stuff like that, dude, they're going to shut their fucking mouths real quick is what it's going to be then. And when you start stripping their fucking visas and stuff like that, dude, and being like, nope, fuck you, take your shit ass back to fucking Islamic shithole nation number 14 then, bitch. So, go back to your fucking Sharia law hellhole is what it is overseas, ho. And I guarantee things are going to change really fucking quick. There's what it is, dude. This John guy here in the comment section was talking about Ollie trying to make that shit about race or whatever the case be. Well, technically they're trying to make it about religion, dude, is what it is. So, I want to see people sit back to this fucking guy. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just stop sharing for a sec because I'm not sure what else is going to pop up in that one. Let's see. This guy says, Hamas still has hostages. They could care less about casualties. They hid behind the people in a tactic. That's the thing right too as well, is you look at these fucking people that are behind this stuff, the people that make up Gaza, etc., dude. They will literally build their bullshit on fucking children's hospitals, children's elementary schools, etc., their bomb sites and stuff like that. So they can then be like, oh, but they killed our fucking kids. They killed our fucking kids. It's like, no, dude, you fucking killed your kids because you built your fucking piece of shit bomb site on top of a fucking children's school or hospital, asshole. Go fuck yourself. Like, you're the fucking problem, Palestine. You're the fucking problem, Gaza. You're the fucking problem, every goddamn Islamic country in this fucking earth right now. Yeah. Yeah, somebody pointed out, like, somebody wearing a Palestine flag there, saying some shit about genocide, and then it's some dude wearing a Nazi flag hat or Nazi flag mask, and it was the same exact thing, and it's like, hello, human resources. Actually, I remember seeing that original post there, and it was basically some good-looking Chad guy talking to some chick and being like, hey, honey, and she's like, oh, cool, thanks. And that's like some overweight guy saying the same exact stuff, and she's like, oh, no, man, get human resources on the phone. So... Or it's like that great old little gif right there, which is I forget what this is actually from, but it's basically some dude being like, "Are we the baddies?" It's like, yes, you are, and that's the entire point, man. You are the fucking scumbags in this country. You are the fucking scumbag people in this earth right now. And the thing is, people that are pro-Palestine are not protesters, dude. They're fucking terrorists by definition. Everything that they're doing is terrorist shit, is what it is, dude. So. And that's the entire point of the matter. Actually, somebody did a great gif of the one dude from, what the hell is that show called? Arrested Development, saying there are dozens of us. Dozens! It's like, yeah, exactly. And that's what it is, dude. It's you have, and I've said this before, I'll say it again, dude. It's you have the smallest majority people, or whatever the case be, the smallest minority people is what it is there, who want to scream the fucking loudest into a bullhorn over it is there. And it's the squeaky wheel getting the grease every single time is what it is, dude. It's like the majority of people are just like, I just want to live my fucking life. Go fuck yourself kind of thing. Like, fuck your bullshit protesting. Fuck your bullshit terrorist garbage is what it is, dude. Like, fuck off, basically is what it is. And then you have these assholes that are like maybe 20, 30 deep that are just like, oh no, we shouldn't have these people on this campus because blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. So shut the fuck up, cunts. Seriously. That's what needs to be done to these fuckers right then and there, dude. Just give them a good old fashioned right across the fucking face. And they're going to shut their mouths real fucking quick is what it's going to be, dude. Or they're going to try to fight you after your bitch slap shove them is what it is, which at that point, just knock them the fuck out then is what it is, dude. Just one shot fucking punch and punch their fucking lights out is what it is. Because they're all a bunch of pussies, dude. None of them ever had a real fight in their lives. It's why you have Antifa, BLM, Islamic terrorism, etc. They can all be lumped together as one thing at this point. Because they are. They're all the same shit is what it is, dude. They're such a bunch of fucking pussies, they will never fight you one-on-one. They'll always fucking gang mentality you fucking 50, 75 people on one is what it is there, dude. Or at least 10 on one anyway. Which is why you have to pull out a gun sometimes and start blasting motherfuckers like Kyle Rittenhouse did that night in Kenosha. So, to protect yourself from fucking terrorists, dude, is what it is. But anyway. Let's see here. People were talking about that Max guy that blazed himself up here a couple days ago in front of the Trump trial there. Said that Max dude, the man who set himself on fire outside the courthouse in Donald Trump trial, says he did 1,500 hours of research to learn, quote, we live in a... Wait, what the hell is this dude? I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, actually. Because it sounds kind of nuts, honestly. Secret klepto society? The hell even is that? I gotta look that one up now. Also referred to as a thievology, is a government whose corrupt leaders use political power to exploit the wealth of the people and land they govern, typically by... Let's see, where's it now? Land they govern typically by embezzlement or misappropriating government funds at the expense of wider population. That is true, by the way. I could tell you that within like 20 minutes. I wouldn't have to take fucking 15 hours of research to do that, bro. 1,500 hours of research to do that, man. So, anyway, yeah, he said cryptology, when government gets taken over by con artists whose only job is to steal from the public. This guy was quoted as saying, want to learn the biggest secret in the world? In March 2023, sketchy billionaire Peter Thiel, former CEO of PayPal and first outsider investor of Facebook, started a bank run. This Max guy said did 1,500 hours of research and learned all their rotten secrets. Big one is the cryptocurrency is history's first planetary multi-trillionaire Ponzi scheme. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I've said that before, dude. Like, again, it does not take 1,500 hours to learn this shit, dude. It takes about fucking 20 minutes, honestly. Like, this guy was a fucking idiot, man. And him fucking blazing himself, him becoming the Human Torch the other day proves that, honestly. Like, you could have literally been out there with a fucking bullhorn and a sign, dude, that was basically like, we are living in this thing. Here is why. Here is all the evidence I have for this whole thing. I did this whole research. Da, 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 da. It's like, yeah, you're a fucking moron, Max. Like, this guy is either dead already or he's gonna die pretty soon is what it is from his injuries, dude. Like, he's a fucking moron. And him letting himself ablaze just shows that, honestly, dude. So, let's see. Yeah, and then he was quoted as saying, start a fucking revolution a bunch of times. Jesus Christ. This guy said, I agree with his message. Becoming a human matchstick, though, probably not a route I would have taken to deliver that message. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go all out, man, you might as fucking well at that point, man. Yeah. Yeah, somebody was saying some shit about how doing like the fake out and being like, this is Ukraine after Russia bombings. No, it's actually up in California, the hometown of that piece of shit cunt Kamala. Fake ass VP right now. So, y'all got a lot of fucking trash everywhere, dude. Just garbage everywhere. Fucking tent city everywhere. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. And yet we're sending hundreds of billions of dollars to a fucking proxy nation right now. Why? So that we can get fucked more in debt is what it is, dude. That's why. It's such a bunch of bullshit, dude, all the way around. So fucking sick and tired of it, dude. Yeah. So we got multiple people have reportedly been shot as a, quote, mass shooting broke out during a block party / street takeover. It's not a mass shooting. It's fucking gang violence there in Memphis, Tennessee, dude. Let's call it what it is. It's fucking black criminals shooting other black criminals. That's what it really was, dude, because you can see the fucking crowd right there running across the phone. It's all black folks running away from it, dude. That happened sometime last night, apparently. It says multiple law enforcement and emergency personnel are currently on scene in Memphis, Tennessee. I guarantee that's also Justin Jones' district, by the way. I'm going to point that out, too, for that matter. So, apparently Brian Stewart was also mentioning code of conduct stuff there for Ohio State is what it was. So, yeah, so here's some Ohio State code of conduct sections that everyone knows would result in expulsions If the union were shut down by students screaming that we should remove homosexuals, Muslims, etc. from campus, but when it's Jewish people, we get weasel words, and the weasel words were Ohio State University 16 hours ago. Hate speech, including comments made at last week's student demonstrations, is despicable and does not align with our values, even if allowed under the First Amendment. During difficult times, our community must treat our fellow Buckeyes with dignity and respect. Go fuck yourself, you fucking cunts. Like, I'm gonna call him out on that one, dude. Be like, go fuck yourself. You know for a fact that Islam is behind this shit and they're the fucking problem, assholes. But yeah, for those interested, what I actually wrote there for that, I said, go fuck yourself, OSU heads. You know damn well that Islam/Palestine is the problem. We're the ones behind this and all the attacks on Christians in this state as well. Expel these fuckers and deport them back to their home countries. So. Oh, then we got 22 hours ago here from Andy No. It's an extremist part of the Columbia Chaz-style occupation chant support for Hamas terror. Of course they fucking do. So we basically got a new version of the Chaz at Columbia University there. We got another version of the Chaz. That's the Paz there in New York Park. In New York City is what it is there. Man, 2024 is going to be lit this summer. I wonder how many Kyle Rittenhouses are being created right now is what it is, dude. I'm guessing a lot. I'd be surprised if it wasn't more than that even. So, yeah, here's more accurate thing over here. So at least 16 people were shot during a, quote, teen takeover in Memphis. Cities turn into war zones every night and weekend, but the media refuses to even talk about it. Yeah, because they refuse to talk about who's behind it, dude. You can see from the actual video evidence who's behind it. It's a bunch of fucking black ghetto-ass teens is what it is, dude. Legitimately. This one's actually kind of fucked up. This is something that Corey sent me yesterday. Which was, there is this girl testifying here saying, courageous teen shares horrifying account following friend's violent assault by trans student at Montgomery County Middle School. I'm not sure which state that's actually in, what county, where exactly that's at. There's Montgomery counties in a bunch of different states, so I'm not sure if this is Ohio or some other state for that matter. But it says, yeah, a 13-year-old boy who identifies as a girl named Melanie was recently transferred to Montgomery County Middle School and made a hit list to target girls in the school. Said students warned counselors and teachers 5 hours prior to the attack. 13-year-old violently attacked a 12-year-old student in a cafeteria unprovoked, bludgeoning her in the head repeatedly with a Stanley, causing head injuries. Said you could have stopped it. It was 5 hours from when I told you it was going to happen. I don't get how you couldn't have stopped it. Exactly, it's fucked up, dude. Well, that's the thing, right? It's these fucking, like, I remember back in the day, right? Like, you had, like, this shit happen after I went to school, obviously, and it was legitimately, there were zero tolerance policies in this kind of shit, dude. But yet, again, you're letting the fucking alphabet quote bag mafia at this point, dude, of the left take over everything right now. And it's just a slap on the wrist, slap on the wrist, slap on the wrist. It needs to be a slap in the face, slap in the face, slap in the face a few dozen times, dude, entirely. So, anyway. Mm-hmm. But anyway, yeah, here's all the fuck bags at Congress yesterday on a fucking Saturday waving Ukrainian flags or doing that bullshit fucking funding crap. Yeah, 61 billion in military aid to Ukraine. Bill also approves 26 billion to Israel, another 8 billion to allies in the Indo-Pacific region for Taiwan and stuff like that. What a fucking joke, dude. What a fucking joke, dude. It really is becoming a fucking clown shoe, man. So, like, we really are living in a fucking clown world at this point, dude. We really are. And it's just, oh, I've had it, man. I really have. I think everybody has to, for that matter. And then we got Afghan asylum seekers devastate Paris and attack native French people. And this guy said we need mass deportations. Yes, you do. And we do here too as well, dude. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, we would be so much better off as a country if Islam did not exist in our first world nations right now. In any first world European nation is what it is right now. So, oh my God. This, by the way, this goes to show exactly how we are funding Area 51 and their black ops sites in this country. Congressman Mike Waltz revealed that U.S. Air Force pays $90,000 for a package of bushings that normally cost under $100. Said Waltz waved a bag of bushings while informing U.S. Air Force Secretary Kendall about inflated procurement prices for the Air Force. Yeah, no, that's exactly how they're funding fucking other shit is what it is, dude. Although you did have an interesting one. I can't show this video because it does show a dude getting murked out. So Seattle police shoot and kill 67-year-old pedophile who showed up to a hotel to meet with two young girls ages 7 and 11. I thought for a minute when they showed the cops like opening the door and like the one, because the guy, obviously the pedo in that case pulls a gun out immediately and the one cop like grabs for the gun. I thought he actually grabbed his gun out and started blasting him with his own gun. But as it turned out, what was happening was you had the partner that was also behind the door with him on this side. So you had the main guy here pulling the gun from the pedophile. You had the partner guy blasting with his Glock that was a standard issue, whatever the case be. And there was a third cop that came out of a second room, I think is what it was, who ran up and was like ding, 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 like 18 fucking times, whatever it was. And that's what I thought it was actually the cop who pulled the suspect's gun, blasting with his own gun then. But yeah, that was straight up them murking that motherfucker out, dude. And thank God they did, honestly, because, again, because of fucking pieces of shit child molesters like Jay Inslee, who should have also been tried to contact me for the shit he pulled in 2020 there with the old folks stuff in the places and stuff like that, forcing them to be genocide on, dude. He knows damn well that he should have been tried underneath the death penalty there in Seattle, Washington, or not Seattle, Washington, in Washington State there entirely. And it's exactly why he did away with that in 2023. So he couldn't be. And it's exactly why now you have cops having to do that stuff to sick ass child molesters in this country, because otherwise they'd be getting life imprisonment at most. So, yeah, just a bunch of shit entirely, dude. But then you also have that piece of shit woman there in Seattle, Washington the other day who killed the other woman and is now basically facing who the hell knows what at this point. Oh, of course. So you got Andy No here 5 minutes ago. saying this. He said, many of you have seen the Seattle police body cam footage showing cops shooting dead an armed pedophile suspect, upsetting BLM and leftist anti-police activists. Here's the backstory on the incident. Yeah. So, we're not going to actually, well, we'll listen to it. Here's what it'll be. So,
last week, a 67-year-old man came to this hotel here behind me to meet a mother. That mother was going to sell him her 7 and 11-year-old daughters for sex while she would stand by and wait for him to finish. Instead, he met 3 Seattle police officers who killed him. Mm-hmm. Here's the story. On Wednesday, the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force, led by the Seattle Police Department, orchestrated a meetup with a 67-year-old man who believed he was meeting a mother in a room on the 5th floor who would allow him to have sex with her 11 and 7-year-old daughters. That's
fucking disgusting, dude. Yeah, that was some DoubleTree Suites is what they're meeting at there.
However, once the man knocked on the door, 3 Seattle police officers opened it. Realizing he wasn't going to be molesting children that day, he pulled back as an officer attempted to grab him. The suspect then pulled a gun, clearly seen in body cam footage, and fired a round, grazing an officer. The man then found out that when you go to meet children to have sex and instead meet 3 Seattle police officers, they'll shoot you. And they'll shoot you a lot. They'll shoot you so many times, in fact, in what's called a mag dump, that they'll keep shooting. Instead of hearing a gunfire, they hear click. And they'll drop that mag, and they'll load another one. The shooting released so many rounds that the atrium below was also secured off to collect shell casings. Jesus. The man's car was then towed away, and he will never get to hurt another child again. Good. It should also be known that this happens so much that an entire task force has to work on this. Yeah. But the public doesn't get to hear many of these stories as they happen in the shadows. My hope with stories like this and many others like it is that I'll be able to get access to these types of task force so I can help tell the public about these types of stories, because these kind of things happen right out in the open in places just like this.
Well, the saddest part about that is too, by the way, is how
last week the 67.
Shit. So no, like I said though, the problem with that is though, again going back to what I was saying, it's not only that you have to have one task force created for that stuff, you have to have multiple task force across this country and like every single state created for that kind of shit, dude, because it goes on so much. But the real problem is what they're catching is not the people who are the fucking like main targets and stuff like that, dude. They're just like the everyday fucking sickos, basically. Instead, they need to be going after Congress and shit like that. That's what it is, bro. Because there's so many congressmen and stuff like that. They're also child molesters. Like, that's really to be fucking dealt with what it is, dude. And arrested and stuff like that. So. But yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude, is what it is. And what's even more disgusting, honestly, is that you have to have money being spent on like all these various operations and stuff like that too to even deal with this shit, dude. Like, I'll tell you right now, like, I swear to God, dude, if I become governor of Ohio in a couple of years, like, my first fucking act as governor at that point would legitimately be to be like, no, pedophiles are dead, period, dude. Like, one strike laws across the board for these fucking sick fucks. They're gone. They're gone, man. So, and it would be anybody, honestly, it would be one strike laws for anybody who hurts a child in any different ways and stuff like that, whether it be murdering a kid, molesting a kid, whatever the case be. Like, you're done. You're gone, dude. You're fucking out of this earth, basically, is what it is. So, yeah, as DC Journal was saying, it said, not once did we see Republicans celebrate like this when Nancy Pelosi was Speaker, because she didn't bend the knee to the other side, insane that we control the House and Democrats are celebrating when bills pass. Yeah, fucking ridiculous what it is, dude, with them moving the little fucking Ukraine flags and shit, dude. So fucked up, man. What the fuck? Huh. That's interesting. This one popped up about 3 hours ago here. It was talking about one of the African countries over there. Niger. Russian-backed military junta has agreed to release 1,000 U.S. troops. It is effectively holding hostage in exchange for Biden's agreement to turn over $100 million airbase to those forces, says U.S. media were barely mentioned this humiliation today. Of course they don't do it again, but yet they'll sit there and fucking be all like, oh, look at the Ukraine fucking passage and stuff. Because that's the entire point, dude. They'll distract with that kind of stuff, and yet meanwhile that shit's actually going on is what it is, dude. Trying to figure out who this chick even is talking about here. I feel like one might be her, honestly. So there ain't no way that chick is 47, dude. This Lolo girl was talking about choose your ginger and then saying she was supposedly 47 there on the right. I don't believe that for a second, bro. And there's no way that Pearl girl was only 27. Like, Jesus Christ. Fuck. Like, damn, bro. Jesus. So, anyway. Yeah, we'll be back later. To and talk about Columbine 25 years later, a couple hours from now. I got some stuff I got to do right now for a little while, and then I'll be back in probably like a couple hours, honestly. I set my thing for 11:30 this afternoon, but I think it's probably more like 12:30, honestly, before we can get going. So maybe 1 o'clock even, but yeah, as Vivek said here, he's talking about the Tom Massey video with fucking Congress waving the fucking Ukraine flags everywhere. He said, our congressmen are certainly unafraid to be publicly patriotic. Unfortunately, they are waving the flag and chanting the name of an entirely different country who they're showering with your tax dollars. Yeah. It really is time for the fucking arrest to start of all these fuckers, dude, right now. And be done with it. Oh, actually, this is what we'll leave off today with Omar Shithead Kid again. This just popped up here a second ago. Yeah, it was Ilhan Omar's daughter, Ezra Heshri, calling a police training facility economically racist and an act of violence. What a stupid fucking cunt, dude. This is exactly why they need to boot that entire we need to boot this entire fucking family off of our country soil, dude. Yeah, apparently that stupid cunt continued on and said, quote, in a lot of ways, this act of violence is not only racist, but it also engaging environmental racism. Fucking stupid bitch. Yeah, and then she was also praising the October 7th attacks there. Of course she was, dude, because again, she's a fucking Somali terrorist just like a piece of shit mom is, dude. Just like fucking her mom, Omar, who was a fucking damn child soldier back in the day, dude. Yet was given carte blanche into our fucking country for who the hell knows what reason. Again, a 40-year fucking takeover? I don't know. Probably is what that's also what it seems like right now, honestly, dude, for real. Like, that's the only thing that makes sense right now. You know, you got the shit starting back in the 90s where like 30-something years later now, it's like, yeah. And they're obviously trying to take us over right now is what it is, dude. So it's like, how can I not say it's like a 4-decade takeover really is what it is? So, anyway, that being said, I'm pretty much done with all of it right now, dude. Fucking ridiculous what it is, man. So, anyway. Yeah, I think that's where we're going to be at for today, though. We'll be back, like I said, later this afternoon for 25th anniversary of Columbine, what's changed in America, whether it be through in Colorado there specifically, what's changed since then, what's happened since then in that state, and of course what's changed nationwide, what it is there. So anyway, but yeah, that being said, that's pretty much where we're at for the day right now. And I'll see you guys in a couple hours for the other stream I plan on doing today. And from there, it'll be that'll be the last stream for today, and then we'll start some other stuff probably in the next couple days. It'll be here then or something. So, but yeah, we'll be back with Honda later tonight too, for that matter. So as long as he does a stream tonight. But other than that, though, that's where I'm at for today right now. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see y'all in the next one. Have a good one, y'all. Stay safe, stay vigilant. Always be carrying with one in the chamber, because you never know what's going to happen, and you never know how many fucking nuts are going to be out there where you're going to have to Kyle Rittenhouse this summer is what it is, dude. Because, yeah, I think we're definitely going to protect ourselves right now. And I would suggest to everybody right now, either invest in some kind of a rifle or some kind of a PCC for that matter, that you could actually have along with your handgun that would take some more mags, if that be the case then. And that way you actually have the ability to, swap mags and stuff like that if you need to. And be able to have reach and whatnot, because you never know what's going to happen this summer, dude. And I think we're going to get, the closer we get to summer right now, the more we're going to see the left, the BLM, the Antifa types, etc., come out of the woodwork, try to create some fucking George Floyd Flashpoint 2.0 kind of thing is what it is here, so they can riot again this summer. And most of us ain't putting up with this time, dude. Most of us are definitely going to fucking deal with it accordingly is what it'll be, dude. And if that means being out protecting our own, that means being out protecting our homes, that means being out protecting our families, our businesses, all that stuff like that, that's what it means. And if that means you're going to have, 10,000 Kyle Rittenhouses come out of the work this year is what it is, of different names and backgrounds, etc., to deal with this fucking leftist terrorism and stuff like that. That's what it fucking means, dude. And it's really that simple, honestly. So, yeah, my best suggestion to everybody is be prepared, be armed, be ready, and be vigilant, because things are going to kick off here pretty soon, I believe. And it's just a matter of time before something sparks right now. So, and whether that be leading to tribalistic warfare, whether that be leading to a civil war in this country, whether that be leading to a holy war of some kind, who knows? But something's going to happen, and it's going to happen sooner rather than later, I believe. So, anyway, stay safe, be prepared, be armed, be ready, because you never know what's going to pop off at any given time. And it's really simple as that. Have a good one, y'all. See you later.